Okay, listen. You ever get that weird gut feeling that something's just off? Like everyone around you is pretending things are perfectly fine, but you're sitting there thinking, nah, something's not right. That's been the energy around Meghan Markle's pregnancy since day one. And now? Oh, it's getting wild. Because guess what? The whispers, the side eyes, the internet sleuthing, it's not just coming from late-night conspiracy blogs anymore. Nope, it's coming from artificial intelligence. Yeah, AI, Elon Musk's very own AI called Grok, basically just looked at all the Meghan baby bump footage and went, "Excuse me, what is that?" Let's rewind a second. Remember that dancing video? The one where Meghan's baby bump looked like it was doing its own choreo, shifting, folding, bouncing like it was made of rubber? Well, someone fed that video to Grok and this AI did not hold back. It said the bump looked unnaturally firm, too high, and, wait for it, foldable. Like, excuse me? That's not me being shady. That's a machine, a cold, soulless robot, calling out the moon bump for looking like a movie prop, not a real pregnancy belly, a propriedad. And here's the thing, it's not just that one video. There's a pattern, a weird, can't ignore it pattern that more and more people are waking up to. Meghan was oddly agile for someone who was supposed to be in her third trimester. Like full-on bending, squatting, strutting in stilettos like it was fashion week, not a single ounce of discomfort. No waddling, no back holding, nothing. Just flawless glam. And don't even get me started on the post-birth glow-up. That bump? Vanished. Gone. Like it was never there. No sag, no swelling, no recovery, just instantly back to camera-ready perfection. Tell me that doesn't make you go, And now, Lady Colin Campbell, the woman who has never backed down from royal drama, is saying it loud and clear. She's been calling this out for years, and people used to roll their eyes at her. But now? People are looking back at her interviews like, wait a sec, she might have been right all along. Lady C has been asking the same question forever. Where's the proof? Every other royal woman, Kate, Diana, even Sophie, had some kind of official confirmation from royal doctors. You know, the whole press on the hospital steps moment. But Meghan, we got a hallway photo. That's it. Then poof, on to the next project. And here's the jaw-drop moment. If Meghan and Harry really wanted to shut down the rumors, all they had to do was release a single medical document, one signed confirmation. Boom, done. End of story. But no, they stayed quiet. They brushed off questions. They called it racism. They called it trolling. And they leaned hard into the whole, we're being attacked narrative. So now people are asking, why? Why would anyone fake a pregnancy? What's the point? Well, Lady C says it's all about control, about image. Meghan didn't want to be seen as a stepmom. She wanted the full glowing mama moment. That soft focus, royal perfect, hand on bump, Vogue-approved aesthetic. And maybe, just maybe, she didn't want to pause her career for a real pregnancy. Maybe she didn't want to deal with the changes, the timelines, the stretch marks, the public scrutiny. So if a moon bump helps you stay on schedule while keeping the fairy tale alive, who's to stop her? But here's where things get really spicy. This isn't just about one questionable bump. It's about the whole royal ride Meghan took, and how none of it seemed to follow the rules. Royals are tightly managed. Every little detail from what shoes you wear to how you smile in public is choreographed. And then there's Meghan, doing belly cradles like she's on a maternity shoot, striking weird poses, and looking like she just stepped out of a glam squad session 24/7. No royal ever did it like that. And the palace? They were clearly flailing. No clue how to handle it. Then the media came in with the gaslight. If you even question the pregnancy, you're sexist, you're racist, you're evil. Like, excuse me, since when is asking questions a hate crime? Lady C wasn't having it. She came for everyone. She said it loud. This isn't about race. It's about common sense. No official medical confirmation. No traditional royal hospital birth. No doctors. No announcements. Just a hallway baby reveal and radio silence. And then, the mic drop. Lady C said, just provide medical proof the baby came out of her body. That sentence hit the internet like a tidal wave. And guess what? The proof never came. Instead, we got post-birth Meghan looking like she just left a wellness retreat. No tired eyes, no soft belly, no swollen anything, just instant bounce-back glam. Meanwhile, Harry? He looked gone, checked out. Like he was watching a show he wasn't part of anymore. Lip readers even caught a moment during a 2018 remembrance service where Meghan whispered something to Harry and he replied, "You do realize this is the end?" And she said, "Yes, I do know." What? that wasn't two overwhelmed people trapped in a royal maze. That sounded like two people plotting their next move. And Lady C, she says this wasn't random. Meghan never gave up her Hollywood team, not her manager, not her publicist, not even her lawyer. No royal keeps their team. But Meghan, she clung to them. Because according to Lady C, she never planned to stay. It was all part of the rollout. The romance, the wedding, the bump, the dramatic departure, the royal storyline. And once the palace said no to her branding dreams, she bounced. And let's not pretend like it didn't work. For a minute, it really worked. Meghan and Harry were everywhere. Netflix deals, Spotify shows, Oprah specials. They turned royal fame into celebrity capital. And they dragged the monarchy while cashing the royalty checks. The perfect PR paradox. But something's still off. Something's missing. And even other royals are side-eyeing the whole thing, like Princess Delphine of Belgium. She came out of nowhere defending Harry, saying he's just misunderstood. But Lady C wasn't buying it. She said Delphine doesn't even know Harry, that this was just another outsider trying to hitch her trauma to the Sussex PR train. Lady C made one thing clear. There's a massive difference between being rejected and creating your own chaos. And Meghan and Harry? They chose to walk away. They weren't exiled. They weren't betrayed. They planned their exit, staged it like a Netflix finale, and then turned around and acted like victims. That's what rubs people the wrong way. And behind closed doors, apparently Meghan insists on being called ma'am, demands curtsies, and reminds everyone that she's a princess. All the time. Like she's trying to keep the dream alive even when the cameras are off. Like she needs that fantasy to be real so badly, she's forcing everyone around her to live in it too. And then, let's talk about the career moves. Meghan was nearing the end of her run on Suits. No blockbuster films, no breakout moments. Hollywood had her on the shelf. But marrying Harry? That was a power move. Suddenly, she wasn't just another actress, she was a duchess. The world's eyes were on her. But the royal rules? Those didn't work for her. No fashion deals, no sponsored posts, no product lines. Royals don't do that. But Meghan? She had other plans. She wanted the glam and the checks. When the palace said no to her half-in, half-out idea, that's when the whole thing cracked. She wanted to stay royal but make money like a celebrity. And when the queen said no, boom, Megxit. Cue the lawsuits, the podcast bombs, the docuseries, drama after drama after drama. And yet, the one question that started it all, what's the deal with the baby bump, remains unanswered. No proof, no explanation, nothing. And now, with AI calling it out too, something smells off. So let's pick up right where we left off, because trust me, this rabbit hole only gets deeper. Everyone keeps saying, let it go, it's old news. But is it though? Because here we are, years later, and the simplest question still doesn't have an answer. One medical document could have shut this all down. One photo at the hospital, one statement from a royal doctor. Boom, done. But instead, silence. And not just any silence. Strategic, carefully maintained, PR-sculpted silence. And that, honestly, might be the loudest part of this whole story. Let's talk about that silence for a second. Meghan and Harry have talked about everything. The family drama, the racist headlines, the palace politics, the mental health struggles. Oprah, Netflix, Spotify, they've had a mic in front of them nonstop. And yet, not a single moment to say, hey, just so everyone shuts up, here's the proof I gave birth. Nothing. Why? Maybe they think they don't need to explain. Maybe they believe their story is too powerful to question. Or maybe there's something they just can't admit, and that's what keeps people talking. This isn't about bullying Meghan or attacking her background. It's about a global figure who crafted a perfect narrative, but left out the inconvenient parts. Insiders say Meghan moves like a woman running a brand, not living a fairy tale. She reportedly demands curtsies, titles, and a princess-like atmosphere, even in private. If the fantasy was the plan all along, maybe the baby bump wasn't a mistake. It was marketing. Think back to when she announced the pregnancy. The hand-on-belly poses, glowing dresses, headline after headline. It was polished. It was precise. It was strategic. But then the cracks showed. The bump folded. It moved around. One day high, next day low. The internet noticed. So did the gossip blogs. And now, AI has noticed too. That's the twist. You can ignore tabloids, you can dismiss Lady C, but when emotionless AI calls out the bump, that changes everything. Let's be honest. AI doesn't care about feelings. It doesn't care who you married, what race you are, or how emotional your Netflix interview was. It cares about data. And Grok, Elon Musk's AI, looked at Meghan's baby bump footage and basically said, "That looks like a movie prop. High, firm, foldable. Classic signs of a fake." And when AI and Lady C agree, that's a plot twist no one expected. Lady C has been saying it for years. If the baby came out of her body, show the proof. Every royal mom has done it. Diana, Kate, all of them. But Meghan? Nothing. Just silence. Then Princess Delphine chimed in to defend Harry, calling him misunderstood. Lady C clapped back. She doesn't even know him. Because this isn't trauma, it's strategy. Meghan and Harry chose this path. They built a brand on royal rejection, but that bump? It says something else. Meghan never played by royal rules. She kept her Hollywood team, broke protocol, and tried to turn royalty into a brand. The Queen said no, and boom, they bounced. Since then, it's been interviews, deals, and control. But that one question, what really happened with the pregnancy, remains unanswered. Maybe they hoped people would forget. But here's the thing, the internet never forgets. And now AI doesn't either, so whether you think Lady C's right or not, one thing's clear. This story isn't going anywhere. The silence, it's not noble anymore. It's suspicious. Because if the bump was fake, what else is? Stay tuned. Stay tuned.